And joining us now is Cecile Richards. She is the co-chair of American Bridge 21st Century. She is the former president of Planned Parenthood. Cecile, I just want to open your mic and just say, what was your reaction to what you heard today in the court?
Well, I think it was difficult for anyone to listen to today's hearings, although I'm glad you mentioned the women who argued on behalf of women in this country. They did a spectacular job. Look, this, and Lawrence Tribe, I think, really captured some of the most horrifying moments, particularly that moment with Justice Barrett, as if somehow women would just be vessels for the state forced to continue pregnancies that they did not choose to have. Look, this all comes down to politics, and what we saw today was the direct result of Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell jamming through 3 justices on the Supreme Court. Donald Trump told us he was only going to appoint justices that would overturn Roe versus Wade, and that is what he did. Justice Sotomayor said during the hearing, and as was referenced earlier, this is a right that women have had to make the most personal, private decisions about their pregnancies. We've had this right for nearly 50 years in America. And she posed the question, which really distilled the whole hearing to me, like, what has changed in 50 years? Medicine hasn't changed dramatically. Science hasn't changed about viability. Women's need to be able to control their bodies, to be able to make their decisions about their pregnancy hasn't changed. The only thing that has changed is politics. And the Republican Party has been on a mission to end access to safe and legal abortion for years, and now they are within striking distance of doing just that. It was chilling. It is frightening to think that this is happening. But I would also say, Lawrence, we're talking about the state of Mississippi, but my home state of Texas, for nearly 3 months now, women have not been able to access safe and legal abortion in that state. Effectively, Roe has already been overturned in the state of Texas, and this Supreme Court has done nothing about it. I think the most important thing about all this is the solution is at the ballot box. And this issue, the ability to make your own decision about your pregnancy, is igniting women around this country, and not just Democratic women, Republican women, independent women. 80% of people in this country believe these decisions should be made by women, not by politicians. And this is an issue I believe and certainly hope is going to energize voters in the midterm elections so we can begin to write the course.
Let's listen to what Chief Justice Roberts said about the 15-week limit on abortion in Mississippi, a 15-week pregnancy limit that this law would then impose. Let's listen to what he said about that.
If you think that the issue is one of choice, that women should have a choice to terminate their pregnancy, that supposes that there is a point at which they've had the fair choice, opportunity to choice. And why would 15 weeks be an inappropriate line? So viability, it seems to me, doesn't have anything to do with choice. But if it really is an issue about choice, why is 15 weeks not enough time?
Cecile, Justice Roberts doesn't believe that any women need, apparently, another 10 weeks or more that would be granted under Roe.
I mean, it's so obvious, Lawrence, both the disingenuousness of that statement when they've already let a 6-week ban stay in effect in Texas, as I said. As we know, Mississippi is passing a 6-week ban as well, because as the legislature has seen, wow, we've got 3 justices now that are on our side, and so we can basically restrict abortion in whatever way we want to. The question is, this has been an established constitutional right for 50 years. So my question back to Justice Roberts would be, what is it that has changed that has allowed this court to stand on its head 50 years of an existing right? As Lawrence Tribe said, the first time the Supreme Court of the United States taking away a right of more than half of the people in this country. What is that justification? And frankly, they had none today. The only justification they had is they didn't want women to have the right to access safe and legal abortion. And so it was their right and their mission to take it away.